Hey guys, Chris here, chrisparello.com, and I just wanted to do a quick little video here. I know that there are not a lot of Aperture tutorials or videos at all, for that matter, on YouTube. Not any recent ones anyway. The ones that I've seen, about 2-3 years. There's a couple here and there from a few months ago, but I really don't see any recent ones. And I think that's a shame because Aperture, even though it's been Aperture 3 for a very long time, there have been a lot of updates, and there's a lot really going on with Aperture. I personally have abandoned Lightroom when it comes to studio photography. I don't know what it is about Aperture, but when it comes to studio photography, Aperture, to me, by far, is the better medium. I have tried to duplicate the same image in both Lightroom and Aperture, and I don't know why, but by far in Aperture it comes out so much better. And I think that people need to give Aperture a try. If you have a Mac, obviously if you don't, you can't use it. But I think that if you have a Mac, you should at least give Aperture a try. And don't discredit Aperture. Don't buy into all the hype of Lightroom. Yes, Lightroom 5 is amazing, amazing, amazing. But Aperture is pretty awesome too. There's some things that you can't do in Aperture that you can do in Lightroom. For instance, the new features, like, I'm trying to think of it so without having to go into Lightroom. I think I'm gonna have to go into Lightroom here. I'll just open it and show you guys. As you can see, I have the latest version of Lightroom. La-di-da-di-da. I'm on my wife's MacBook. It's a little slow. Okay, so here we are in Lightroom. I don't have anything set up in here, obviously, because this is not the one that I use. And but anyway, so I have Lightroom here open, and if you go into the Develop module, some of the things that, like for instance, the clarity. Aperture doesn't have clarity like Lightroom does. It's very primitive. All right, that's one thing. Another thing is lens correction. Lens correction is like, it's not there, and it's not there in Aperture. I don't mean it's not there. It's there, but it's nothing. The same thing with effects. The vignetting. Yes, Aperture has vignetting, is very subtle, and it's not as robust as it is in Lightroom. Another thing is the noise reduction. Forget about noise reduction when it comes to Aperture. I mean, it's just pretty much not there. But a lot of these things you can go into. You can open the file in Photoshop, and you can open, when you open the file, you know what? Let me just show you guys. I'll open this image. So open up with Photoshop CC. I'm trying to remember, because I've only recently done this. And I'm trying to remember, if you go, I got all this stuff open. Let me. Anyway, it's running. She's only got 4 gigs of RAM in this thing, and I say this is hers, but I got my stuff on it. And you're probably wondering why. I'm switching over to my Retina display, and I just left these files on here. So All right, so I got this file open here in Photoshop, and say I wanted to go into, since Aperture doesn't have the stuff that Lightroom does, you can actually go into Camera Raw, take this image, and do it as a filter, I believe it is. So what you do is you click on filter, and let me see if yeah, Camera Raw filter. So you click that. Okay, yes, let's rasterize it. And crud. Hold on. All right. So let's go ahead and do that again. Let's open up Camera Raw filter. And so it allows you to open the image up in Camera Raw while you're in Photoshop. So you can go ahead and do the clarity. You can do where the heck is it? The noise reduction, and it's got all the features that it has in Photoshop. I mean, in Lightroom, in Photoshop. The only thing that doesn't really work good with the with this filter is lens correction. Lens correction again doesn't really work too good, so you might have to do that manually, and it's kind of a pain in the butt, but you do what you gotta do. So that's how I get around not being able to use certain filters in Aperture that are in Lightroom. You just have to do one extra step, and it's there for you. So just wanted to show you guys that. I want to show you also that I'll be doing a lot more videos in about Aperture. I will be doing videos in Lightroom, because a lot of people use Lightroom, but I want to start doing videos in Aperture for those people who use Aperture or who are new to Aperture and really want to learn Aperture, but there aren't videos out there to do that. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. So I hope you guys like it. If you guys have any questions in regards to Aperture, please let me know, and I can make some videos on them. I'm not by any means an expert, but for some reason, I pick up these things pretty quickly, and I love to teaching people what I learn. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I would love to make videos for you guys. And yeah, so subscribe, love my stuff, and talk to you guys later. Peace.